What's up, guys? Dylan here, and today I'm going to be talking about crypto and Bitcoin security, how to secure your Bitcoin. I'm going to be talking about a particular one, the Ballet wallet. So like, comment, share, subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments below, and let's get into this one and go over 5 things as to why the Ballet wallet is a pretty darn good crypto and Bitcoin storage device when used appropriately. Number 1 is offline security. This Ballet card is completely offline. There's no USB cords, there's no electronics, there's nothing like that. It is a physical device, and as such, it is a bearer device. So just like gold or silver, I have this little this troy ounce of silver right here, and so this troy ounce of silver, whoever holds it owns it, basically. So whoever's able to project enough power, say I got this from Jason Lowery, but whoever's able to project enough power to defend their ownership of whatever asset gets to claim ownership of said asset. And this is the same for this device. And as you'll see on here, I'll talk a little bit more about the physical protection built in for this device, so not just anyone can take your crypto from it. So number 1 is offline security. It can't be hacked from anyone doing anything online. Your seed phrase is never online with this wallet. Number 2 is simplicity and ease of use. As a Bitcoin consultant, I've worked with my fair share of clients that are not very tech literate, and that's totally normal. Not everyone works in tech. A lot of people, especially people in the older generations who didn't grow up with the internet, who didn't grow up with computers, who didn't grow up with smartphones, they've had jobs and careers where they didn't need to use those day in, day out. But they still have wealth, they still have money, they still want to protect their rights to their property, their financial property by things like Bitcoin. They still want to learn about that. They still want to be able to have that, but they just don't know all the tech ins and outs. They're just not as comfortable with computers. And I'm talking about some of them don't even know what a web browser is, and it's okay. But that's the reality of the world. And when you go and you try to set them up with something like a Ledger or a Trezor or any sort of wallet that requires seed phrases, it requires you to write down 12 to 24 words and install some software, it can create problems. I've even had clients who have security settings on their computer which won't allow them to download the software for the wallet. And what this does is it just creates a lot of friction in the beginning for someone new to the space, and that creates an issue. So real quick before I say how Ballet solves that, if you're interested, go check out my Bitcoin Business Accelerator book below, because I do Bitcoin consulting. I help people get set up, and I'll help guide you through this process. And it's much better to work with someone that you can know and trust and work face-to-face than to try and figure it out online and get got by the scammers out there. And there are plenty of those scammers, and the last thing I want is for you to lose your crypto or lose your Bitcoin. That's no fun for anyone. So anyways, Ballet solves this by having everything built into this card, right? You don't got to set anything up. The only thing you got to do is download the Ballet app. It's very easy. You go to the App Store and you hit download, and from the app, all you have to do, you just scan this QR code on the front of this card, and that's your public key, and that allows you to send Bitcoin or crypto to the wallet. So you have to do basically 2 things. To set this card up, nothing. You have to download the app, and then you have to have crypto to be able to send it. And so part of the learning process that I go over with individuals, and they just have to learn it, is how to buy crypto, right? Where can you get it from? How can you get it? But even still, I could actually send them crypto directly to their Ballet wallet right off the bat, without them having to go to an exchange or anything like that, without having to set anything up, and hand them the wallet and be like, hey, look, this is yours. You can check, and I can show them how. The process takes minutes versus sometimes hours for the other devices. So it's simple and easy to use, which reduces friction for onboarding a new user. And if you're able to make that experience better for that new user, it's more likely that they will come back and they will take the time to learn more about the process. So I highly recommend Ballet for its simplicity and ease of use. Which brings us to number 3, is enhanced physical protection on this device. Now, I'm making another video about 5 things to be wary about with Ballet card, but for right now, the enhanced physical protection is pretty cool. So if I show you this card again, see there's a passphrase, and you see there's a tamper-proof seal right here underneath the QR code. What those are is, in order to be able to send funds from this wallet, you have to pull up the tamper-proof seal to reveal the private key, and you have to scratch off the passphrase to be able to combine those two in order to send funds from the wallet. So immediately you can send funds to this wallet, but if you want to send funds away from this wallet, you actually have to physically alter the device. So I think this makes it very, very good for beginners, because you tell them, hey, as long as this is not altered, right, as long as this is in your possession, your crypto, your Bitcoin, anything that's on this wallet is safe. It's pretty powerful there. And immediately you know that if you want to send something off this, you have to physically change the device. You have to physically adjust the device, which, that is a physical process in the real world that has to happen. It's like breaking open a piggy bank, which I think is very important and like intuitive for a lot of people to understand. Now, this will still function after you peel those things up, but the physical integrity, the physical security layers to this, I think are slightly compromised. So that's one of the reasons why I don't recommend this for like frequent transactions and uses. And while it still will function and work, the security levels of this just become slightly more compromised, and you need to take that into consideration. But the enhanced physical protection is very important and very cool on this device. Number 4 is multi-crypto support. Now, I advocate Bitcoin, which is why I have the Bitcoin symbol on this card. They make them labeled with other brands, but they all do the same thing. This can support other cryptos. If you were an unfortunate participant in the Atomic Wallet hack, which sucks because they were seemingly a legit company. They had built themselves up in the space, and they were compromised because they're a hot wallet service. And those are more easily compromised because they have an infinite attack surface. Basically, the cost to attack some of those hot wallets are basically zero, and you can have attackers from all over the world be attacking and trying to find exploits 24/7, 365, which it makes it more likely that an attack will happen. With that situation, that's really, really unfortunate. And so if you hold other crypto, it sucks if it's there and you lose it. But thankfully for something like Ballet, you can put it on a device like this, especially if you're being a long-term hodler of that crypto, and you don't risk losing it. Now, of course, it's okay that you hold other crypto. I hope that eventually that means that you'll buy Bitcoin, and that my Bitcoin would be more valuable, and the Bitcoin that you have will be more valuable, and that'll add liquidity to the Bitcoin market over time. But everyone has different preferences, everyone has different values, everyone has different priorities, and I'm not a financial advisor. And so if you're holding crypto, you still want to hold it in a place that's secure, that works for your wants, needs, and desires and goals, and Ballet is a pretty darn good solution for that. And that brings us to number 5, is there's no battery or software dependencies, nothing like that. So like I said before, with like Ledger and Trezor, it has to be hooked up electronically. And now these batteries may last for a while. If there's an EMP or something like that damages electronics, you drop it in water, it's going to fail. It's not going to work very well. And you may have to get a new one. Of course, if you secure your seed phrase appropriately, you should be okay. But because they use software and there's a USB port, now they say it's air-gapped, they say it's encrypted, but because that exists, right, that can make it vulnerable, right? It could fail on you, or make you have to get another one, which could be expensive, right? Ledgers can run up to over $100, or just like it opens the door for potential Trojan horses and attacks and malware to be installed on the device, or backdoors to be built into the device that you aren't really certain of. Because there is no electronics or anything on this, as long as you keep the physical integrity of this device secure, your crypto, your Bitcoin will be secure on this device. And so that's very, very important. It makes it really, really simple and easy to use, like I mentioned before. So those are 5 reasons why the Ballet card, the Ballet wallet, is a really good device for storing your Bitcoin, for storing your crypto. Now, when and where and how you store it, those will depend on your own individual circumstances. And of course, I'm not a financial advisor. This is just general education on this topic. If you need specific help, seek out someone who you can trust and that is knowledgeable on the topic, that can work through the specific scenarios that are relevant to you. The last thing you want to do is be making big, important decisions and not have all the information at your fingertips. So if you're interested in working one-on-one with someone or just talking about the possibility of it, definitely click the link below and schedule a time to talk with me. So with that said, let me just do a recap of the 5 things that make the Ballet card a very good option for storing your Bitcoin. Number 1 is offline security. Number 2 is simplicity and ease of use. Number 3 is enhanced physical properties to secure the card. Number 4 is multi-crypto support. And number 5 is there's no battery, there's no software, there's nothing like that. So you can't be hacked with this card. So those are the 5 reasons why. And perhaps I've left them out. Perhaps there's other ones that I want to include in there. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.